Yeah. One time for the city. Yeah. Same aura as before. The smoke got
All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation, man, on this Tuesday night post-game live. The Greek Freak outduels Captain Clutch and gives the Knicks something to think about as the Bucks smack the Knicks up in the second half and win 121-111. We're going to break it all down, man. The good, the bad, the ugly of this one. And what is up with Karl-Anthony Towns? The big bodega did not have himself a good night at the office. And the Knicks were once again the walking woundeds, leaving out of this game, man. With Jalen Brunson leaving the game, coming back in. We'll have some updates on Jalen Brunson. Call us up on the KFTV Discord. Let's get right into it, man. CB the Fanchise, Alex Rutaros on the ones and twos. All right, man, let's get right into this one, Al. Let's take it to the third quarter because that's when this game turned upside down. That was the turning point of the game for me. The Knicks shot out the gates early, especially in the second quarter, 71-point first half. Knicks shooting 8 of 11 from downtown. Captain Clutch Jalen Brunson going in with 23 points at the half. But in the second half, especially in the third quarter, it was Giannis. It was a dominant Giannis Antetokounmpo. 12 points for Giannis, 5 rebounds, 1 block in the third quarter. 37 points for him, 16-22 overall, and 8 rebounds. And from there, the Knicks just couldn't couldn't solve the puzzle, man. He was brilliant. He dominated. He dominated OG. When the Knicks would wall him off defensively, he made the right reads, and his teammates bailed him out. They got some good three-point shooting from a number of those guys. Bucks shooting 41% from downtown, including Gary Trent, who stuck the dagger in the Knicks' back late in this game. And that's pretty much all she wrote, man. Giannis showing the Knicks what a franchise superstar can do, and giving them something to think about as it relates to next year, man. You there? Check. Hang on. I don't think we don't got your audio. Hang on now. You're on mute, Al. You got to unmute.
That's why. Yep.
Yeah.
No, sorry about that.
This loss took it out of you. You're speechless, man.
Speechless, bro. I mean, look, it's tough to win games when your second best player is not putting up buckets, man. It's just plain and simple. Like Karl-Anthony Towns is dealing with an injury. We know that it's the quad, and through these first 4 games, it looks like he is just. It's either it's got to be a combination of not understanding what he's supposed to be doing in this offense and that quad injury, man. And if you're not going to have Karl-Anthony Towns helping offensively, then it's going to be a big uphill battle for this entire Knicks team. He was brought in here to knock down threes, being a high efficient scorer, and he just hasn't been doing that, bro. Like plain and simple. And so we can go into the whole dynamics of like what Brunson is doing, what Mikal Bridges could be doing, OG not being able to stop Giannis, but the fact of the matter is, one of the reasons, because the other one I feel like is having Mitchell Robinson not as your paint protector. Everyone's just going to the cup, making it an easy work of the New York Knicks right now. But if Karl-Anthony Towns is not going to be efficient and scoring as we're accustomed to seeing him do, it's going to be a long uphill battle, man.
It's going to be a long night at the office. And look, Towns has these types of games in a season where he completely disappears. He plays soft. He gets pushed around. Then he compounds it with the mental blunders, the bad fouls. How many times in this telecast did Reggie and Jamal Crawford call out Karl-Anthony Towns for just bad play? And it comes back to bite him every time. He picks up his 4th foul. He goes to the bench. He comes back in. They draw a charge on him. You know, he picks up his 3rd foul, goes to the bench, comes back in, boom, instantly draws a 4th one by climbing over somebody's back. Those things of that nature. I wonder, and I did put this out there on Twitter, I do wonder, is it the quad that is bothering him? Because he does not have much of a lift. It does not have much of a lift on anything. And look, give credit to Kuzma. He was very aggressive with him. He bodied him up. We know that opposing wings give Karl-Anthony Towns a lot of fits. And then on the other side, if it's not a wing, if it's not a Kuzma, then you got to deal with Giannis or you got to deal with a Miles Turner. So everywhere he looked tonight, he got bodied up. They were aggressive with him. They were physical with him. But sometimes, man, I don't like him. I've never liked this even from last year. Facing up from the three-point line and trying to make a play. It is cringe sometimes to watch. And then not being able to establish proper position even when you're trying to get an entry pass. Like, it's not connecting right now for Karl-Anthony Towns, man. It was a brutal night for him. Only 12 shots on the night and just couldn't get anything done, man.
Yeah, 12 shots and he only made two of them. So, look, man, tough night, and I'm hopeful that he could be able to turn it around. And I don't think this is going to be something that lasts the entire season. You know, you talked about it, you put it out there on Twitter. You said I asked on last post game because even against the Miami Heat, you know, I was like, all right, Bam did have a good job, like going to like matching up against him, but just seeing that he's not able to finish shots that he's usually able to do. Like that floater, like when he's about 3 feet away from the rim, like that's usually money for him. You know, even though you don't like to watch him barreling down the lane, that has been effective for him. And the 3-point shot has just been inconsistent. Not even a little, just been inconsistent overall. So I think the quad is bothering him. I do think that, you know, that whole thing of not knowing how he fits into the system is kind of playing out too. So it's a lot of things for him right now. I think he will be able to turn it around. It's just tough right now to watch, especially when you had 2 good wins to start the season and now you have 2 losses, and it's not over. There's so much more basketball to go, man. These are the like early growing pains of implementing a new system by Mike Brown, and we're still yet to see what can transpire from that. But the fact of the matter is, once again, if your second best player isn't going to be putting up buckets like we're used to him doing, like we saw last season, it's going to be a tough time for this Knicks team.
And that's the thing where it's like, you know, you speak on the offense and people, oh, Jalen, he's still holding on to the ball. He's just that and the third. He's your best player. And
you needed him.
If you needed him, and if you're not getting help from anybody else, because this is what happens sometimes with the Knicks, and it's the same thing as last year, and one of their flaws, it is the emergence of capable shot creators who can go out there and get their own when things tighten up. You're not always going to have chances to just loosey-goosey ball around, ring around the rosy around the perimeter and ball movement. You're not always going to be looking like the UCLA Bruins. Sometimes you got to give it to a guy, and he's got to get it out the mud for you. And the Knicks just don't have enough of those guys sometimes. So, of course, if Cap has it going, he had 23 points in the first half, 36 on the game, 14 and 25 from the field. Yeah, I'm going to go to my best player. I'm going to go to my best guy to get me out of a jam. And that's what Jalen Brunson tried to do for the Knicks tonight, time and time again. He tried to bail him out.
He had 36 points, 14 to 25 tonight. I mean, he was just cooking from the jump. Obviously, you wanted to see him shoot better from downtown. He only went 1 to 5, but 7 to 9 from the free throw line. Gets you 4 boards. You'd like to see more assists, but the reason why you're not seeing more assists is because he didn't have any help outside of Mikal Bridges. You know what I mean? So 24 from Mikal, and then you go down the line. It's 16 for Landry Shamet, 10 for Jordan Clarkson, and you only got 4 Knicks in double digits tonight. And like when you look at this team and you're saying, hey, and look, Jamal Crawford said it in the fourth quarter. It's like, you know, the Knicks were really moving the ball in the second quarter, really the first half, and now it's gone to a lot of ISO. I'm like, yeah, it's gone to a lot of ISO because we don't have anybody else in the second half that's doing anything. Clarkson wasn't able to get anything going. OG was struggling on offense. Cad, as we already talked about. Bridges was the only other guy, and then Shamet's not going to be a guy that breaks somebody down in one-on-one. So outside of that, it's really Jalen Brunson who's going to break down a guy in isolation, get to the cup, and just score at all 3 phases. So if he's your only guy doing it, it goes back to saying you need more. Like, you just need more from everybody. And look, it's, once again, the growing pains of a new system. These guys are trying to embrace what Mike Brown is teaching them right now, and it's not going to be easy. These are like, we've always talked about, whether it's with Tibbs being here or even now Mike Brown, is that these first 20, 25 games, it's an experiment. It's going to be trying. We're trying to see what can work, what lineups can work, what do they need to work on, like just the basic foundation of the new offensive principles that Mike Brown is implementing. So if this is just going to be the growing pains, simple and plain. And also, to compound all of that, you don't have Mitchell Robinson to help defensively, which would probably mask a lot of the offensive woes that they're dealing with right now, since they can't consistently get, guys who are knocking down shots on a consistent basis from everybody. And then you also don't have Deuce McBride, who has missed the last 2 games and is probably your best perimeter defender. And so now you're just giving guys like, look, like no one's going to stop Giannis, but when you got Ryan Rollins out here just, looking like Rip Hamilton,
Yeah.
it's a little tough.
Yeah. Well, as you say, they need to work on things. They need to work on getting healthy because that's another big story of this game, man. And something where Taylor 2 seasons, they had the benefit of health for a large part of last year. Cap got injured later in the year, later in the fourth quarter, and he came back to finish the year. OG got hurt in the third quarter of the season, and he didn't miss much time, and he had the benefit of the All-Star break to heal up from the foot. Deuce and Mitch were really the only 2 guys. Deuce was in and out of the lineup last year with hamstring, knee, and all of that, and Mitch didn't start until the fourth quarter. Now, it's the complete opposite. You got Mitch hasn't started the year. Deuce is out again for personal reasons. We hope he gets back okay. Yabusele did not play in this game tonight with a knee injury. Towns is not moving well. Oh, and by the way, Jalen Brunson left the game. And check Twitter if we have any update on the injury. Because Brunson left the game, came back in, and did not look good. So we don't know, is it a groin, is it a hamstring, is it a knee? Ian Begley said it was some knee discomfort. Brunson seemed to be holding his groin area. So now you got Cap, who could be part of the walking wounded. Talk about Taylor 2 seasons, man. Adversity early for the Knicks.
Early adversity for the Knicks. And look, this is what's just going to make them stronger, but this is also what you got to take into consideration when you're evaluating this team on a night-to-night basis, knowing that guys are dealing with injuries. And look, it goes back to even Cat's poor performance that we talked about, right? Like, we have to acknowledge that someone's dealing with an injury, so they're not going to look their best. And what we won't know is, like, the full impact of that injury, right? We can even go all the way back to when Randall was here or anybody else and saying, all right, like, how hard is it for somebody to really produce while they're dealing with that injury? For Randall, it was the ankle injury. We can even go to Josh Hart when it was the postseason dealing with an abdominal strain, right? Like, we really don't know the discomfort that guys are dealing with and how much it limits them from playing their best. So it's stuff that we really have to take into consideration. But at the same time, while these guys are doing that, the league's not going to say, oh, we'll give you a pass because you guys are injured. You still got to go out there and perform on a night-to-night basis because it's, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to them. Like, so these guys got to figure it out and adjust. And whether that's, slowing it down, whether that's, asking a little bit more from other guys to step up, there has to be, these guys have to look in the mirror and say, all right, where are we going to draw from in order to stay competitive while guys are, playing and recovering from their injuries.
Yeah, and look, as you mentioned, Deuce, I think Deuce is sorely missed right now. And while all of the talk was about the 6th man, who's it going to be Hart or Clarkson, I think it's Deuce. I really do think it's Deuce. As a two-way player, they need Deuce. They need his offense. They need his on-ball attack defense. Clarkson, we know the decision-making, cardiac Clarkson. He was back out there tonight. He was back.
He looked good in the first half, CP. Looked good in the first half.
Cardiac Clarkson, give you heartburn. And then with Hart, with the splint and everything, and that's why I'm going back to Towns. Like, bro, like, a couple opportunities, you can't be giving it to him to try to get you a three-point bucket. That's where we need you to come in. You know what I mean? Like, this is where the players with the killer instinct, like Cap, like, we're not passing that. We're going to go out there and force the issue. And a couple times I've seen Towns deferring to Josh Hart for a bailout. Like, that's what we paying you $60 million for, my guy. So that's a frustrating thing about Towns' game. It's not anything new, and it's not necessarily schematically and things like that. That's how he is sometimes. That's the frustrating things about Karl-Anthony Towns. That's the frustrating part of his game. Scheme or not, physical or not, he has those lapses.
The lapses are like, they're not only glaring, but they're so impactful to the flow of the game. Right? Like, you think about, like, when he's getting fouls or, like, when he's barreling down the lane and you see an offensive foul. Like, I think there was one in the fourth quarter where he I forget who it was that drew the offensive foul on Cat. It's like, all right, momentum shifting right there. Now it's another wasted possession. We can go back to even Miami's game where he had a moving screen,
Yeah.
offensive foul, and then Josh Hart followed that up. It's like, all right, these are, as a Jets fan, they always talk about the mental mistakes, man. You talk about like the costly turnovers. Those are costly turnovers.
Yeah.
And when you're such a seasoned veteran, there's like parts of the game that you should be aware of that you don't need coaching for, right? And I think it's turning on the screen, just knowing like they're not going to give you as many calls as you want, even though you're the big man, because you are the big man, so they're expecting you to kind of play through it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just mentally, how do you prepare yourself? How do you adjust game to game, knowing that, all right, this is how the league looks at me. This is most of the calls that I'm not going to get. And this is the calls that they're going to call against me. I have a reputation of making boneheaded fouls, so they're looking out for me in that.
Yeah.
I got to play a tighter game. And that's just stuff that, for however many years he's been in the league, man, he's a vet at this point. You should be cognizant of that.
Yeah. And that's where the frustration comes. Yes, we can talk about it's early and all of this. We can talk about that, but these are some of the same traits of said player. We're trying to win a champ. We're trying to move the ball forward. We're trying to win a championship right now. The stakes are higher. So we got to figure out, is it the injury? Does he got to get right? Does he need some time to rest? We got to get the big bodega's got to get right. We got to get him right.
Let me ask you this, CP. Are you resting him right now, or do you need him because he's the only legit center?
Whatever it takes. I don't know what the pain tolerance is and everything. It's a grade 2 quad strain, right? Only he knows and the medical staff knows but I can only say from my perspective, it doesn't look like he's moving all that well.
So would you rest him then?
Absolutely. If that's what it took, yeah, no problem.
Okay.
No problem.
All right. So let me ask you this question, because this is the follow-up, because this is what the medical staff, this is what the front office, this is what the whole organization is thinking about. Now you put Towns on ice, let him rest.
Yeah.
The starting center now is Ariel Hukporti.
Got smoked.
Are you okay with now your center depth being Trey Jameson afterwards? Are you okay with that?
It's funny because that's exactly what it's kind of what Han was saying on the preview show. People kind of got at him. When Han said, "Pauls, are they big enough?"
This is the stuff that they're talking about, man. This is why, like, this is the catch-22. If you put Towns on ice, you're now asking Ariel Hukporti, because let's say you put Towns on ice tonight. Not only is it not only is it OG going against Giannis, it is Hukporti going against Giannis.
Yeah.
And Miles Turner.
And getting smoked.
And that's year 2. Smoked. So you're asking a year 2 guy to go against an MVP caliber candidate.
Yeah.
And a seasoned center.
Yeah. Hey, it's a fair question to ask, man. You people at home be the judge. Call us up in the KFTV Discourse. We're gonna get the highlights up in just a short. Let's shout out some super chats that have come in so far. Knicks lose 121 and 111 to the Bucks. Shout out to Al. Let's get to it. Hang on. $20 super chat. William Burton says they need to hire Knicks chick as advisor. She could fix this. Shout out to William Burton, man. Shout out to William Burton. Also, shout out to who we got here? Avery number 2 out. $10 super chat says everyone needs to relax. If postgame started at halftime, the convo would be much different. Let the system take shape. Well, William, it's not a 2-half game, sir. It's a 48-minute game. You got to play 48 minutes. Hey, I mean, we'll talk about that. They did get the ball moving in the first half. They got the threes falling in the second quarter. Things are clicking. They look good. But
dude, they were a step faster.
Yeah.
On the broadcast, they were talking about Crawford, he who shall not be named, they were talking about it. And they were saying, hey, these guys are moving a step faster than the Bucks right now. They're getting great looks, creating great opportunities. I mean, they were knocking down shots at a high goal. Yeah, Josh Hart knocked down a 3, my guy.
Yeah.
So it's like the team was looking good. We know that they're capable of doing that. The issue is now, can they make it sustainable for 4 quarters?
4 quarters. And when the adversity hits, what's the adjustment? That's a big thing. The adversity hit. His name was Giannis. Hit him like a freight train.
Dude. He can't. I don't know. That man was on one tonight.
He put the dog in that kennel. He put the dog, and first half it was working. Their wall was working. They forced the tough shots, and they kept them mostly in the half court. But that's where it changed, because first off, the Bucks started the first quarter with a 7-0 run. He got Tyler Green going, then Giannis got going. But once he gets in that transition, and that starts. And this is the thing with Giannis, why, he's arguably the best in the game. He's a one-man fast break. He blocks Bridges on one end.
I know where you're to. Yep.
Right? Comes back, gets a rebound and puts it back in. Play before that, gets going downhill on OG, yams it on him. And that was it, man. 35-20, third quarter.
But that's why he's the MVP. That's what MVP players do, man. Yeah. This is a guy who dropped 50 in a closeout game to win a championship title. He's more than capable of doing that. So we shouldn't be surprised. And we know that it's at this point, and this is always a question, do you do as much as you can to slow down the best player, or do you make sure that you are aware of all the other guys that could kill you? And tonight it was Ryan Rollins. So where was the defense on Rollins? Because that guy, like I said, was looking like Rip Hamilton out there, knocking down middies, knocking down threes. I mean, the dude went 4 for 4 from downtown, CP. Yeah, he had such wide open looks. I was like, oh, my goodness. Are we reverting to last year's problems? We're just leaving guys wide open from the three? Because that man had time to pull out a lawn chair, take a sip of his lemonade, and knock down a shot. So these are issues defensively they got to figure out. And I think part of it, too, for this team is recognizing who's the guy that you can't let them just go off on any given basis, especially when you're going to a guy like Giannis Antetokounmpo. You're not going to stop him. Yeah. And to some point, it's like, all right, let's not waste our efforts trying to stop him. Let's force him to be a playmaker, and let's stop the other guys that could kill us.
100%. All right, let's get some more super chats. We'll get some more calls. Post-game live. Knicks lose 111-121. Tell them why you're mad, man. Call us up. Let us know. Okay, more super chats in here. The art man, formerly known as Steve, $10 super chat, says Giannis was auditioning for Leon. On a serious note, Towns has to pull up. If he's hurt, sit him. Everyone showed, even Shamit, and we lose. Knicks will be fine, though. Long season, God bless. Shout out art man, formerly known as Steve. Shout out to who else we got in here? Okay, another $10 super chat. Shout out to their KP Go. $10 super chat says it really bothers me that Cat has no back to the basket game and constantly gets locked by 2s and 3s at 7 feet tall. Getting pushed off the block all game by Kyle Kuzma's crazy work. Kyle Kuzma. Yeah, that's a frustrating part of Towns' game, and to see them attempting to have him drive on a bad quad from the 3-point line out. I put up on Twitter the last one that ended in the charge. Said he's not a guard. He's not a guard.
You know he's happy when he gets to bring up the rock and pass it.
It boggles my mind, bro. I cringe when he puts the ball on the floor from the 3-point line. Cringe.
That's when you cringe. You don't cringe when he's bringing the ball up and he's like the last resort.
Well, that part, but those are few and far between. That the face ups from 3 is part of his role in the offense right now.
You know that's kind of been a thing for him though. Is like they actually have people have complimented his drives to the basket. The issue is that if you're not feeling right and you're doing it, as we saw tonight. There's a lot of misses, man. A lot of misses.
You can't beat Kuzma to the basket. You're not beating Giannis to the cup. Turner, right? And then once you get in there and give credit to the Bucks, they showed the proper attention as soon as he turned his back, which they know is a weakness of his. I thought their defense was good in terms of collapsing on him when he did get into the paint. But the super chatter is correct that it is a frustrating part that he does not have an effective low post game, or at least he does not go to it enough. So
He's never really been a low post player like that though, CP. He's been like a 3 and drive type of guy. Like he has a bit of a low post game, but he's not really someone that you just dump it down to and he's going to battle somebody like Giannis or another center. Like we could see him get those wins from time to time, but even like when he was here last season, we saw that there was a lot of misses, and then what he does is that he gets his own rebound and gets it on the second chance opportunity.
yeah,
You know?
for sure. For sure. If you guys are new in the chat, leave us a hashtag new. We will shout you guys out. And once again, shout out to everybody for tapping in, man. Number one show for the fans, by the fans. Somebody come collect Dwayne Dennis. He's crashing out heavy in the chat right now, Al. He's talking about seeding. We're 4 games into the regular season. My man's talking about seeding. So Dwayne Dennis has crashed all the way out the window. So people in the chat, just add him and tell him to please relax. All right. My man's talking about seeding here. Okay. All right.
Yo, Brendan Guest, shout out to our guy and our center, our true center named Brandon Guest.
Shout out to B.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to B.
He said, "Yo, they said Rozier bet the under on Cat tonight."
yeah, they could have used him. Anything on JB yet, Al? Before we take calls, anything?
No, I have not seen anything on JB. I've sent you some other tweets though.
Okay, all right, send that over my way. We'll pull that up. We did just pull up the Han Solo tweet that said, "Hang on, this is Alan Hahn's tweet from earlier." Mike Brown said this during the preseason is going to be a process. We're going to have our highs and we're going to have our lows. Can't get too high if we're doing too good. Can't get too low if it's not. We've got to stay even keeled. Didn't expect it would be easy. That's Alan Hahn. Yeah, look, I like the early season adversity. I like that.
Why do you like it? Because it builds character?
Absolutely. You got to earn it. You got to earn this thing, man. You're not just going to be paper champions. You got to earn it. You got to take your lumps. You got to go through your highs and lows. Every championship team does it. You have to go through that and build through it. So I do like that. My biggest concern is just more so it's just the injuries, man. That's the hardest thing. Even though, yes, you can say you'd rather be now than later, it's still hard to see, man. I hate seeing these guys hurt and, Cap goes down, man. You hold your breath, man. It's crazy, bro. When Cap went down like that, man.
Guys are scaring us early, man. OG in game 1 or game 2. Then you got Brunson going down not once but twice.
Yeah.
Back to back. In the same possession. Scary stuff, man. Thankfully, it looks like he's okay. I mean, he was able to finish the game. Didn't look like himself, but we'll see what happens moving forward. They do have some extended time before they play the Bulls on Friday, so maybe it's enough time for him to recoup, get a lot of treatment in, and play against Chicago and be decent, but that's something definitely to monitor to see moving forward. Are they going to select which games he plays in, which ones he sits out, just to load manage him so that way he's good for the long season?
Yeah, agree with you there. All right, let's get to some calls, and then we'll comb through some of the key stats tonight. People, rapid fire on the Discord. We got a lot of people in here tonight, so we're gonna get to some callers and then segue again. LD, go ahead and kick us off because we missed you today on Knicks Weekly. LD, go ahead.
You good?
Good money. How you feeling?
I'm good. Earlier this season, before we play the game, there was a rumor that Bryn Windhorst said we spoke to Giannis or whatever the case may be, and the conversation was, would we pull the trigger if Giannis became available? And I called him and I said, 1,000%.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we're looking at, no disrespect to Cat, I'm not gonna use this as dumping on Cat, but even at Cat's best, and when you look at Jokic's best and you look at Giannis's best, it doesn't look like Cat plays in the same league with those guys. It just doesn't, right? And right now, I know the conversation is it's not the quad, it's not the injuries. It's been Cat's game from the very beginning. Somebody said in the comments, and they said it correctly, Cat doesn't want to play fast. And truth be told, I don't think he can really play fast because he has 2 left feet. He can't really play like high speed. He's better off playing like Kristaps more than, anything else. He's kind of like a half-court ball movement, create space for him to get in space kind of player. He can't really play fast. And another thing, today, 3 turnovers driving to the paint. The game before, 3 turnovers driving to the paint. The game before that, 5 turnovers, all in the paint.
Yeah.
If Cat has to put the ball on the floor, we are not a championship team.
Can't.
If he can put up he just can't do it. He just cannot do it efficiently. And again, this is not to dump on Cat. I see the comments. By the way, hilarious. They're calling him Mike Fitzdale now.
Who, Cat? They call him. They calling who? Mike?
No,
Mike
they're
Brown.
calling Coach Mike Brown Mike Fitzdale. They're wilding in the chat right now.
After 4 games, it's panic against the coaches. After 4 games, okay.
They're calling Cat Reddish.
Yeah.
They're bugging.
It's about that time. It's about that time. Couple losses.
But it's coach's job. It's coach's job to figure out how to get Cat in space because he's a phenomenal shooter. We just have to play around his greatness and away from his flaws. But like, I think today, Giannis, as you said, it looks like he's auditioning. Like, yo,
that was a statement. All right, that was an audition and a statement, man. That was an audition and a statement, man.
After they made a run in the third quarter, he started pointing and said, "This is my city."
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Are you trying to tell us you want New York to be your city?"
Right.
Yeesh. But yeah, I mean, we just got to figure it out. Everybody else looks decent. I hope Jalen Brunson is okay, but we need Cat, as we've all said, we need him to be more, he needs to get in control of his body. You can't have Bobby Portis posting up. Like, come on, bro.
He's out of control, man.
Yeah,
that's a frustrating thing. And as you said, like, this has been, again, I think it's part of it is the injury, but I also agree with you that it's also part of his game and the most frustrating parts of his game. No question.
Even when we played the Cavs, I'm like, yo, Evan Mobley is year 3, year 4? You can't have him look more in control of his game than you, Gat. You're a superstar. But it's all good, though. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out, man. Appreciate the call. Rate that call in the chat. LD on the Discord, 1 being trash, up to 5 being facts. It's LD on the Discord, Al.
Made some solid points. I just sent you a tweet right now.
Okay.
Got a couple tweets. One from Ian Begley.
All right,
saying that Mike Brown praised Karl-Anthony Towns for making great reads, decisions early in the game, and said Knicks as a team went away from that in the second half, isolating and over-dribbling.
He's right.
Yeah,
he's right.
That's true.
He was making the proper reads in the first half. He wasn't scoring, right? He wasn't as aggressive with his shot. But as far as playmaking and moving the ball around, he was doing that.
For sure. And he was doing it, and like it went to isolation because nobody else can. And I just sent you the video of Mike Brown talking about this.
Okay.
So if you want to pull that one up, we can certainly go to that.
Let's pull it up. Now, this audio might not be the best, but let's see what we can do here. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. All right, let's see if this Mike Brown presser is good here. Let's see.
I think Cat has looked like he's probably struggled the most adjusting to everything here, everything new, unless I'm being wrong.
Well, no, I thought in the first half, Cat was the one that got us started. I mean, Cat's first couple of plays, he caught that thing, he made a quick decision, he touched the paint. What did he do? He started the dominoes. Sprayed the ball, got guys wide open looks. Or those guys, whoever caught it, snap drove, they touched the paint, they scored it, or they sprayed it. It all started with Cat. Cat played a remarkable first half offensively. Sometimes it doesn't show up in your field goal attempts when you play a remarkable game. He had one field goal attempt because that's the way they were playing him. I mean, think about it. When he touched it, he drew 2 and kicked it. Anytime he touched it, especially in the scoring area, drew 2 and kicked it.
All right, so that was Mike Brown. So it was like a half-truth. It was a half-truth.
Compliment sandwich, as they call it, CP.
It was a half-truth. It was a compliment sandwich. He did speak on the good things, and he shied away from what was a nightmare, especially in the second half, which was met by turnovers, bad fouls, and just overall boneheaded play. But, I mean, that's the coach. He's new here. He's not going to throw the guy under the bus. Of course not, especially after everything that happened in Sacramento. So he spoke on it halfway.
Yeah, and that's the way I take it as well, is that he doesn't want to go fully lean into his player, especially your second best player on this team. You want to still have his trust, still show that you respect him as a person, and you're going to compliment on what he did well, and then tastefully say what he could be working on better, as well as for the team. And, talk about the individual, what he did well, and then talk about the team as a whole, what they failed to do, and just a good way of playing the political game when it comes to the CP.
100%, man. Let us know how you guys are feeling in the chat. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Knicks lose 121-111, and we are getting your reactions to it, man. We just reacted to it. We get your reactions to it. Let us know how you guys are feeling. Let's go to the Knicks Fix on the Discord. Knicks Fix.
CP Alex, what up, fellas?
How you doing?
What up? What up?
All right, man. I got to get some things off my chest tonight, man.
Yep.
So the first thing, man, is I love the way that we play the second quarter. The problem is I don't know if we have consistent enough shooters to play that system. Like, I have not seen us sustain it for the length of the game, right? So we were able to do that in spurts tonight. We did it in game 1, game 2. But I don't know what's going on there, man. It's one thing to take 40 or 53s, but then if you only make 8 to 11 of them, you know, how high quality are those shots? And then the second thing is, man, I don't know, like we're talking about it, but like Cat, something looks off with him, man. Like that explosion, that thing that we do, where he's pretty much at the 3-point line, just barreling into the lane. His lift isn't there. And then I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a play with like 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and he takes a fadeaway three like he's Dirk Nowitzki. You guys remember that off 1 foot?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like the mental decision making there, and then the second, one of the gripes I have too with Mike Brown is I know it's early in the season. He's trying to mix it up. I'm trying to stay optimistic here, but like you got a lineup out there of Kolek, Hart, McHale, Cat, and Clarkson. McHale's the only defensive dude in that lineup there, and we're playing it for like long spurts, man. So,
yeah, I mean, but
yeah.
who else are you looking for? You got no Deuce. I mean, defenders, who do you think we have?
Honestly, man, at this point, like we need somebody to protect the back line, and we got 2 bigs essentially who can't do it, right? So Cat and Huck Porty can't. Why don't we give at this point? What's the worst that could happen if we even give Jemison some burn?
Yeah,
So yeah, but I'll let you guys go.
Yeah.
But yeah, McHale, Brunson, that's the only 2 guys that's bringing it, man. All right, guys, stay up, bro.
All right, man, stay up, man. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. What you guys think about the Knicks Fixers call, man? Let us know in the chat, man. Let us know in the chat. Let's see who else we got here. What do you think about the Knicks Fixers call there, Al?
Look, man, it just goes back to early growing pains with this team. That's the way I look at it, right? And with Cat specifically, it looks lost out there. I just sent you the thing from Alan Hahn, replaying SNY's clip of just trying to figure out his offense. I don't know if you wanted to play that again for the people so that way they can hear it.
The loss in the offense one?
Yeah,
we can keep going in terms of your point. We'll keep going on that.
But he just looks out of sorts, and
yeah,
it's just going to be time, man. It's time, and the Knicks are just in a very tough place right now, dealing with all these injuries. If you then have to put Towns on ice, I think the biggest concern is, are you really playing behind the 8 ball at that point? And I don't think the Knicks want to play catch up later in the season. I think they want to get a buffer now while guys are somewhat playable.
Yeah.
And say, look, even if Cat is not 100%, him being out there is much more helpful than having him with no other center help as of right now. Because if we do put him on ice, it goes back to Huck Porty. It goes back to Yabusele. It goes back to Jamison. It goes to those 3 guys to then be your last line of defense. And when you start looking at the schedule, like we got the Bulls right now who are undefeated right now. They're just, they're playing through. Let me pull up the rest of the schedule so that way we can see who the Knicks have.
The Bulls this week.
Yep. Got Bulls coming up this Friday. Yep. And let's see who else we got after this. So you got Bulls this Friday, then you play the Bulls again on Sunday. Wizards should be an easy game, but then you get Minnesota. You get a tough team on Wednesday. Brooklyn should be an easier team. Memphis, Orlando. You get Miami, Dallas. That's just November right there, right? You still got Orlando again, Brooklyn, Charlotte, Milwaukee, and Toronto. That's your month of November. So you got a pretty decently tough schedule. I mean, it's still early to see who's really that good. Like, is Chicago really that good? You know,
I
but Miami, Orlando
bro,
are tough teams.
it could all be tough if they don't get healthy, man.
Yeah, so you
If
got
they
to look
don't
at
get
these
healthy.
games saying, you have some winnable games right here.
Yeah.
You got to. I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna lean on the fact that if Cat is capable of playing, we're going to play him because if we don't have him for these games, then we're going to rely on Jalen Brunson and Bridges to really shoulder the load. And I don't know if they want to do all of that right now because then defensively, especially if you're missing Deuce,
Yeah.
that is you better hope that that the Knicks are putting up like 130, 140 points to win.
Need Deuce, man. They need the Deuces loose right now in a major way. Tyler's out there. He's getting overmatched. The Clarkson experiment gives you heartburn. The bench needs a steady hand right there.
Is that new grays after watching Jordan Clarkson in your beard?
The Clarkson experience, man. The Clarkson experience, ladies and gentlemen. You know?
Hey, man, at least he played better tonight than he had some other nights. Can we say that?
That's true. That's true. That's true. He has played better. He did.
It's a walk in the right direction.
Yeah, he did play better tonight. So,
Could be worse.
yeah. Shout out.
He could have been 1 for like 15.
Yeah. All right. Once again, shout out to the team. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. If you guys are new in the chat, leave us a hashtag new, and we will shout you guys out. And we want to take a quick break to salute one of our sponsors of the night, and that is Mando. Our guys at Mando are back, Al. Whole body deodorant, full body deodorant, man, from head to toe. And what I love about Mando is a couple things. Number one, they have deodorant in all different forms. So they have the spray deodorant. And for some of you that are spray people, they have it in cream form. They have it in regular block form, the regular solid form. So they have different forms of the deodorant that you can use, and they have it a full body deodorant. So not just your underarms, in some of your trouble areas. You guys don't have to share, but some those of you that at home that have some of those hygiene issues, hey, Mando is out there for you, man. Go to shopmando.com. Use our code KFTV for 20% off the starter pack. And I would definitely recommend the starter pack because you get to try and sample all of their different styles, if you will. So that's what the starter pack is good for. And another thing about Mando is they try to use the quality ingredients. The one thing, especially with deodorant, you got to be careful with the ingredients that you're using. But one thing about Mando is that they take care of that for you, man. So great fragrances as well, great scents on the Mando starter pack. So once again, make sure you use our code KFTV for 20% off the starter pack. And once again, shout out to our friends over at Mando. Okay, back to the phones we go. King Matthews, go ahead and unmute your mic. King Matthews.
Good evening, brothers. How you doing tonight?
Good, man. How you doing, man?
Yeah, not so good, man. But then the Knicks, man, I ain't surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Brunson. Shout out to Mikal Bridges, man. Shout out to Shaman. I was not expecting him to start, man, but he showed out tonight. So shout out to him.
Yeah, Shaman got them going. Couple of nice threes in rhythm. I like Shaman's game tonight in the starting lineup.
For sure. And yeah, man, Cat, man, maybe he's the injury, man, but to get bullied by Kyle Kuzma, a fashion designer, you probably got to wrap it up, man, because there's no way you're gonna get bullied like that, bro. Especially like you're like behind the 3-point line, you're just gonna pump it then drive to the paint. You just don't look the same, man. I don't know if the injury, man, but he's just being too clunky. He's doing too much. And again with the silly fouls, I know you're trying to post up, but you don't need to grab someone's arm like that, man. You're like 5 inches taller than him, man.
Yeah.
Pause, but come on.
Yep.
Come on, Cat.
Yeah, the
better than
silly
that.
fouls, man.
And
He's just got to pick and choose his battles, man. Yep.
Of course. And one more thing before I go is it's about Mr. Robinson, man. I know he's still not playing because of the injury, man, but I'm really getting concerned with his injuries, man. Like, we all know he's an injury-prone player. When healthy, he's that guy. But without him in the starting lineup, man,
yeah,
it's just
gonna be tough.
tough.
Gonna be tough, man.
I just hope he comes back. Miles McBride, he has personal issues, so he's gonna come back eventually.
Yeah.
Hart, he just right now is being the most hated player on the team, right? Love Hart, but What offensively, he has no offensive bag in the system, man. Nothing. I love the hustle, but offensively, man, please do better. You're killing us out here. Y'all take it easy, fellas.
All right,
Have a
man.
good night.
King Matthews on the check-in. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. We're going to keep it rolling on the line and then get to the key stats of the night after this. Let's hear from, who is this? I Hate Sucano on the line. I Hate Sucano. New caller tonight, Al.
What's going on, Alex CP, man? I've been a long time listener, since like 2019, first time calling in, but I really had to get some stuff off my chest, man.
Let's go, man. Talk to him, man. Tell him why you mad, man.
Listen, man, this one of them games where you really realize what Deuce McBride do for this team, because he really is a spark plug off that bench. I can't watch another Josh Hart 3. I can't. I mean, I don't know if it's the finger. I don't know what it is, because he's just bricking. And I wanted to ask you guys a question. I wonder if the rotations that Mike Brown has, I feel like he's really subbing guys in and out real fast. I wonder if you guys think that has anything to do with the inconsistent shooting that's going on. Because I feel like we have swings where we're really hitting shots, but then, one guy subs in, one guy subs out. The shooting's all over the place. I wonder if you guys think that might have anything to do with the rotations.
Yeah, what do you think? I appreciate the call, man.
It could be a potential. Maybe guys need a little bit more of a longer run in order to get into rhythm. That's certainly a thought. Could be a thing. I'm not sure, but for Mike Brown, I think the other aspect is that you want these guys staying fresh, so you don't want them to necessarily play long stints, sit them out, and then have to either quickly bring them back in or they lose rhythm. So I think Mike Brown is trying to give guys enough run within a certain time period, like constantly bringing guys in and out, so that way they stay warm. But it's a good thought. I'm not 100% sure, though. This is something for the players and seeing if they, I'm sure if it's not going well, we would hear something about it. Whether it's guys not getting enough playing time, saying that they need more of a rhythm, more playing time to get into a rhythm. I'm sure they would mention that type of stuff, but I don't know, man. We're not the players.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. Once again, salute to everybody in the chat. We're here on the postgame, man, live on the postgame show. Shout out to Sucano on the chat. Welcome to the squad, first time caller. So we welcome him for sure. Okay, Al, let's get to the key stats of the night, man. Let's look at some of these stats of the night, because this was an interesting. It first turned into a tale of 2 quarters for the Knicks, and then it turned into a tale of 2 halves nightmare. Because if you take a look at this, well, in the first quarter, and the overall stat sheet on ESPN won't tell you this, first quarter, they shoot 1 for 10 from 3 in the first quarter, then shoot 8 of 11 from 3 in the second quarter. Same ball movement. The ball movement was looking good. Offensively, they were fine. Just happened to be knocking down their shots a bit better in the second quarter. But overall for the Knicks, they would finish shooting 32% from 3. So cumulatively, they're still on the lower end, 42% from the field. So their effective field goal percentage has once again been an issue coming into this week, near the bottom of the NBA, and that continues tonight. The Bucks, conversely, 50, 40, and almost 90. 54% from the field, 41% from 3, and 87.5% for the charity stripe. Knicks shot 87%. Rebounds. Knicks did win the rebounding battle. They've continued to out-rebound their opponents in each of these 4 games. They won it 45-38. They lose the assist battle 27-24. Great job by Giannis, especially in that third quarter. Total turnovers. They gave up 20 points off of turnovers to the Heat on Sunday night. They give up 19 points off of 13 turnovers to the Milwaukee Bucks tonight. And fast break again. They lose tonight to the Milwaukee Bucks 21-9. Al, they talked about transition defense being an issue, and it once again was tonight. The Bucks did win the points in the paint battle 50-42. Largest lead of the night, 10 for the Bucks, 14 for the Knicks, but they blew it. They blew it, man.
It's the fast break points for me, CP. I mean, 2 nights in a row, it was like 30-something to like 10 against the Miami Heat. Now it's 21-9 against the Milwaukee Bucks. And I think the biggest concern for this team right now from a roster construction standpoint is do you have enough speed? Do you have enough athleticism to keep up with these guys? Because it looks like if they're younger, if they're more athletic, they're just going to get out there and run. And with the way that this defense is looking, I don't know if the Knicks are capable of keeping up with a high paced team. So to me, the fast break points is going to be standing out mostly. I still think this team is talented enough, but I got to see how they fix that issue moving forward. Maybe Mitch helps. Deuce would certainly help because he's fast. He's a guy that's willing to guard 94 feet and just like hustle all the way back. But defensively, man, this team needs to step it up. And the fast break points is just it's a big no-no, man. Absolute big no-no. And especially when you're looking, in your own division and you're looking at the Philadelphia 76ers who look like, man,
Yeah.
those kids are flying up and down the court like there's no tomorrow. Between Edgecombe, between Maxey, and then Quentin Grimes, all those guys are flying.
Grimes Hive, man. I'm gonna go with, and I just said, but pardon my my Mando graphic just went off on the other side. Okay, I'm gonna go with the shooting efficiency, man. I'm gonna go with the shooting efficiency. We talked about this on Knicks Weekly. Knicks near the bottom of the league, or basically at the bottom of the league in effective field goal percentage, in threes, in the mid range as well, and you saw it where, again, carry over from the Miami game, all throughout, even leading up to this game. I think they've, by and large, been able to generate good looks. Whether or not you like the amount of threes that they're taking, I still think they've been able to generate good looks. They just have not been able to convert at an efficient clip. And tonight, they shoot 32% from downtown amidst the 40 attempts. And you said it in the fast break battle. The issue that I've had with the Knicks over the last 2 years is what happens when the shots are not falling. How do you generate high efficiency, easy buckets? Are you going to have to rely on Cap to go get you a layup? Mikal Bridges has done a better job in terms of attacking the basket. Even Reggie gave him a compliment on that tonight, and he has. The numbers in the eye test will show you that. But the Knicks just don't have that natural athletic wing that can just do it with ease and get you a quick bucket. It comes at a cost. So, again, on nights when the shots are falling, they can look good. But once they start bricking, what is their backup plan to generate a high-efficiency shot? That's where I would love to see Karl-Anthony Towns get you that. But as you said, that just isn't really his game. It's more predicated on perimeter play. But I also think that's how the Knicks kind of get jammed up and stuck in the mud offensively.
You know what they need, CP?
Yeah.
They need Team KFTV to teach them how to get back and transition on defense.
Transition. Yeah. Yeah.
That's how we won.
That is how we won, man. That is how we won. So
how's that trophy doing, by the way? Is it nice and polished back at home?
Oh, it's great. It's fantastic. The trophy's great, and my Manscaped, my Mando thing. Sorry, just got in the way. No, the trophy's good, man. Trophy's in great hands, man. Yeah.
Safe, sound.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
I don't know if people know this, but KFTV won that Knicks content creator basketball tournament.
Yeah, they sure did.
Knicks Twitter Day, to be exact.
Knicks Twitter Day.
Shout out to I Hate Sean.
Shout out to Sean. Okay. All right, so we comb through the stats. Let's get to some more callers here. Molly, go ahead and unmute your mic. Molly, you're on the line. Molly.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, man? 2 nights in a row, man.
Yeah, CP told me not to worry earlier, man.
Yeah, man. Nothing to worry about.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, I don't know. We gotta figure out a way to get ourselves out. First of all, I'm trying to figure out if I was watching a football game or a basketball game. Between Giannis and OG, they were like going.
The dog gotta hit the ice tub tonight, man. I'm sure he's wounded tonight, man. Dog gotta get the ice bath.
Going at it.
He took one for the team tonight, man.
I mean, without Mitch, is like you kind of know it's gonna be hard to at least stop him. Like not gonna stop Giannis, but at least contain him because we don't have no interior depth right now with Mitch being out. I don't know. I mean, it's a frustrating loss. I mean, I feel like these are games we're supposed to win because we're banged up right now. We're not fully healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we can't really judge this team yet until we're fully healthy.
For sure.
I feel like everyone's gonna kind of jump the gun. Yeah, like I'm not happy with Clarkson, I'm still trying to figure out his role on the team because, like, we expect him to kind of be that that guy to take pressure off of Brunson and score.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing him make like simple mistakes, turning over the ball.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, only game 4. We have a
Only
lot
game
of
4.
time.
It's only game 4, man.
But
Give it some
I hope
time.
I just hope we can figure it out, man. That's
all right, man. Appreciate the call, man. Molly on the Discord. He's panicking. He's trying not to panic. Shout out to Molly, man. Shout out to Molly.
Look, man, I'd be frustrated too if I see the original starting 5 playing defense from last season.
Yeah. Tough one, man. Let's go to India, Al. Ashwin from India. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
GP, during preseason, I told you the first 10, 15 games, they are going to suit bad. And like I said, we can keep blaming the things on Cat. He had a bad game. I can agree 100%. Because not only Kyle was guarding him, he was getting help from not only 2, but 3 from the strong side and from the player, from the opponent who has to guard Hart. The time whenever Hart is on court, you can watch the last game, you can watch this game. Whenever Hart comes into game, the offense completely dies. Total dead. You can watch the game, go back and watch the game. Whenever Hart is on the court, offense dies because he does literally nothing instead of handing off the ball when there is coming off a screen. That's all he does. You can blame it on poor shooting. You can blame it on Clarkson. You can blame it on Yabusele. You can blame it on Kolek. Because they know, because whenever Hart is on the team, there's like 4 against 5. You always have one extra defender to help against your offense. And you are saying we need a big athletic wing. We can create instant offense. Like normal Powell, who makes 18 million per year. Yeah. Guess what? How much Hart makes? 20 million per year. For what? Just diving after loose balls. I would rather have a clean offense than diving after loose balls. This is just, I don't think you can make any excuse because whenever you can check Samet's offense, whatever he's playing, whenever Deuce comes back, when you can check any reviews anytime. That's the only thing I can guarantee you because you cannot play hard extended minutes because you can't have 20 million player doing nothing on the court, literally. Okay, if he would be giving an elite defense, that's another thing. It's just an average defense. Letting the backcuts off, letting threes off. You can't play like that. You can blame anybody. You can blame the coach. Yeah, he had he could have done some substitution better, but that's not the main reason. You can't blame Cat always. Yeah, because you have to see the bigger picture. Why was Cat so much held down? It was not only Kuzma. Yeah, he had bad dribbling. He has been having bad games. You have to understand the main thing that's stopping the Knicks offense. In some moments, why are Knicks playing so good, and some moments, why are they playing so bad?
Yeah.
There's only difference. Who is that one person is on the court or off the court? That's all.
All right. Rate that call in the chat, man. Ashwin from India. He's throwing Hart all the way under the bus. Throwing Josh Hart in there, man.
Josh has been getting a little bit of heat, man, to start the season.
Yeah, it's expected. It's expected. It's definitely expected. He's got to find his fit, how he fits. It's a good question. 1 for 5 tonight for Hart. 1 for 4 from downtown. They leave him open. He doesn't like to shoot. Got 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals off the bench. 26 minutes. But look, you're missing Deuce, you're missing Yabusele. I mean, missing Yabusele is a stretch, but hey, those are guys that might have been filling in some of those minutes tonight off the rotation. Could be a different story, especially if Deuce plays. Maybe it's a different story. Maybe they actually win the game. Who knows? Who knows? All right, loading some more up on the Discord. Good show tonight. ZA139. ZA139. ZA139 on the Discord for the debut.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, sir. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
I'm from Harlem, New York.
Harlem World, what's good?
For the first time.
Let's go.
All right, first of all, I just want to say, Cat, I don't want to trade him, but we might have to do that. Like, he's just playing too soft out there. Like, we might have to make that move for Giannis. He's fouling too much. He's not playing enough defense. Like, and I don't know. We need more consistent shooting from three. Like, it's a difference when it's a difference from having good shooters on your team and then like specialty shooters. Like, we need some more specialty shooters that could just knock down from three. Landry Shaman, he does it.
Yeah.
So
like
I'm not mad at him.
You talking about a knockdown. You talking about we need knockdown threes. Knockdown.
Like, knockdown threes consistently. Like how it used to be in the early 2000s. Like Kyle Korver's, people that just go out there and shoot threes. Shaman, he does it good enough for me, but I don't know.
Want Gary Bird back. You want Gary Bird back.
Yeah, exactly. Gary Bird. That's who we should have got.
All right, no problem, man.
We should have got. But yeah, I don't know. We might have to make that move for Giannis, for Cat and somebody else. I don't know.
Appreciate the call, man. Rate that call in the chat. Zay says go for the Freak. Hey, Freak showed out tonight, man. Dominated those boys, man. That was boy. Like I said, OG got to hit the ice. The poor dog he put the dog in the kennel, man. I said, oh man.
Doesn't matter what Giannis was doing. He was getting what he wanted. Transition.
Oh, my Lord.
I mean, he started even hitting a little midi jumper. I was like, man.
Once he hit the Dirk, I said, all right, this is over with. You know.
Oh, yeah. You know, he was activated. He was ready to go.
Let's call game. Okay. Let's get back to some more calls. Let me make sure we didn't skip over any super chats. So to everybody in the chat, shout out to everybody who's been donating. You can also send us donations to Cash App, $KnicksFanTV. Definitely appreciate it. Okay. Shout out to DNR Mafia, $5 super chat says this team would be off to 1-3 if not for a big second quarter versus the Celtics. It's early but concerning. Mike Brown needs to figure it out. I mean, we could easily do the if. I mean, we can't do that in 4 games in, my God. Are we really going to do if the if was a fifth stuff right now, Al? They'd be 1-3.
If Mitchell Robinson was healthy, if Deuce McBride didn't miss any time, and if Yabusele played better, and if Jordan Clarkson shot better, and, you know, if Jalen Brunson was just like 3 feet taller, and, you know, we can keep going down the line.
We can. We can certainly do that, man. We can certainly do that. Okay. All right. Who else we got in here? King Matthews. Yep, we got King Matthews in here. Shout out to you. Fanchise channel member, 32 months out. King Matthews, almost 3 years as a Fanchise channel member. King Matthews, salute to you and your loyalty, man. It says, Cat really getting bullied by fashion designer. He's talking about Kyle Kuzma. Shout out to JB and Mikal Bridges for doing their thing. Shout out to Ray Nobletza, Al. $5 super chat. It says it's a disappointing loss. Like Alex said, this team will go through growing pains, especially with a new coach, new system, new players. Yeah, he's right. He's right. Shout out to him. Okay, I think I got everybody. Shout out to Knicks Forever. Definitely got you. Says system needs time. Don't see how Cat can fit in it. Okay, we had some more sound bites from Mike Brown, right?
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yeah, send it to you.
Okay, let's see. Okay, let's play this one. Let's play this one on Mike Brown. There's Mike Brown on Cat. All right, there's more from Mike Brown post-game. Let's hear him out here. All right, here we go.
Becomes comfortable with this is the offense. I might only take one shot in the first half. You know what I mean? Like a player like him is used to having the ball more.
You know, it's the energy that the ball brings to the game. We want the ball to move. We want the floor space the right way. And I promise you, if we do the things that we're talking about offensively in terms of our staples, Cat's gonna be more than fine. He's gonna be more than fine. But whatever comes his way that night, whatever comes Jalen's way that night, whatever comes OG's way that night, you just gotta embrace it. But, like I said, we gotta play with a little bit of pace, all of us individually. And I've talked to Cat about it. One of the things that is hard, or it's hard on us or him as an individual, is if you don't play with pace in certain areas, then you're gonna get denied, pushed out. and now you're catching way out on the floor. You know? So Cat's got to figure out how to play with a little bit of pace. He doesn't have to be Ariel or Mitch or anything like that. A little bit of pace within what we do. So now he can catch and he can make quick decisions with the basketball. Again, his first half was beautiful. He played the right way. He drew, and that's all you ask your all-star guys to do. If you get an all-star and they're taking him out with the second guy, believe in your teammates, believe in the process. When those guys make plays, eventually they won't double as much, and you'll get it back.
All right. So Mike Brown preaching patience with Cat and the system, man. Early adversity for the team, bro.
It's going to take time, CP. It's going to take time. And I feel like if it doesn't work out within 20, 25 games, then there's more of an alarm as to what Mike Brown is able to implement for this type of roster. But it will take time. I'm not panicking yet, but it is frustrating when you know, like, you're one of the top end teams. You're right there to defeat the Bucks after having a hard-fought loss to the Miami Heat. You're right there, man. You're right there.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's going to take time, man. Just gotta let these guys work it out and see what happens moving forward.
Take a couple more before we wrap up. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to Edwin P. for life. He says, please pray for everyone in Jamaica. Absolutely, Al. Al, did you check on your peoples today? Hurricane Melissa barreling down on Jamaica. Category 5 hurricane. Did you check on your family down there? Everybody good? You good? Yeah. You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I checked. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, good. Glad to hear that.
Did you check on your family?
I did. Yeah. Early this morning, man. Everybody's all right so far. You know, some people sustaining damage. But thankfully, you know, where a lot of my family is not really where the brunt of the storm is. So a lot of my family's all right, but, you know, still active and ongoing. So we just hope that everything is okay.
Yeah, my family had to go to they had to evacuate their homes and go to schools and had boarded up schools. That's how. Yeah. So just pray for the people in Jamaica, man.
Sure. Absolutely. Okay. Some more super chats have come in here. Shout out to Bro Brilski 23, Fanchise channel member. He asks, is Mitch getting traded? What about Hart and Deuce? No, I don't. I as of right now, I don't see that. But you know, anything can change. Still very early and fluid, but I don't think so, man. I keep hope alive, bro. Appreciate the super chat. Okay. All right. Let's see who else we got here. Let's load up some more in the Discord. Okay, I see a couple more we're going to load up, and then we'll roll on tomorrow. Court Vision is back up tomorrow, Al. Court Vision is back up tomorrow, actually. Yeah, we got a new Court Vision guest that we're debuting.
Nice.
That's making his debut. Yeah, you know, in the midst rather of just the season going really fast, we really didn't have much time to really take a break and reset. Shout out to Bailey. Bailey hit me up. Remember Bailey, who co-hosted with us on Court Vision. When we brought Bailey in, and me and him was chopping it up before we decided to bring him on for Court Vision. You know, we were just talking. I was getting his background, just understanding what he was trying to do and all of that. Get into. I told him, I said, "Yo, we gonna blow you up, man." That's what I told him. I was like, "Yo, we gonna blow you up." Shout out to Bailey, man. Got a job at the Miami Heat.
Ooh.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oof.
That's probably why we lost on Sunday. Got a job at the Miami Heat, man. So congrats.
Working for the ops.
Working for the ops. Congratulations to Bailey Lau. And not only that, Al. They watched the entire Court Vision series.
Ooh, look at that.
Shout out to him. So KFTV continues to be a springboard for some top talent in this industry. You guys have seen some of the best and brightest come through here. And Bailey Lau, he's another one, man. They watched the entire thing, and they were sold.
So let me get this straight. Pat
Yeah.
Riley
Yeah.
had his crew watching KFTV
Yeah.
to take a KFTV analyst to add to his video room and coaching staff.
Yeah. Shout out to Bailey, man. Congratulations to Bailey, man. Got a job at the Miami Heat, bro.
Pat the Rat, man. Look at him.
Yeah, got it.
He knows he has to come back to the source.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So I say that to say we got Shaq's coming through. Shaq's is doing great work. And, yeah, we're going to break down some film. We're going to watch some film with Shaq's tomorrow. And Knicks Fan TV Court Vision will be back up, man.
He's a good follow on Twitter. So if you haven't done so, make sure to give him a follow.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Who else we got here on the Discord? Hang on. We got to go back to the Members Lounge. Shout out to the Members Lounge. Rambo from Tampa. Rambo, go ahead and unmute your mic. Rambo, how you feeling, man?
Ooh, Rambo's back out of the doghouse.
CP Alex, salute, man. I wasn't really gonna call in today, but because I already knew how it was gonna go. I knew everybody was gonna be closing their windows. They was gonna do all this. But hold on, let me take my shoes off before I step in your house real quick, man. I got something to say. All right, I hear all the cat slander. I hear that, well deserved. He needed to be swinging the rock. Mike Brown said it best, and all of that. But a lot of you guys don't have that same energy when he's playing good. You guys are talking about trading him now, but let him play good. You guys don't have that same energy, and that's crazy to me. All right, so y'all need to just relax, okay?
Okay.
You know, that's the first thing. Mike Brown said it, man. In the first half, he was doing good. He needs to learn how to swing that ball around, bro. He makes 2 shots, makes 3 more assists. We're talking a whole different ball game right now, man. Just honestly. All right. But you know what? I did an observation today, right? And I had to go back and I looked at the past all 4 games that we played. Okay. And I got some smoke for Mike Brown, man. I definitely do. I got some smoke for Mike Brown and I got some smoke for Mitchell Robinson. I don't know where he's at. I don't know what is going on with this. Okay. If you look at these past 2 losses that we've had, look at the teams and look how they built. They're built with long forwards. You know what I'm saying? This is what we're going up against. How many minutes? What other big man has played today? What other big man played against Miami? You know what I'm saying? These are big teams. We played the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we not only had Cat, we had Huck Porty, we had Jemison, we had even Yabusele, man. We don't have no other big man out there besides Cat. And not for nothing, I seen Cat make a couple defensive plays these past couple games, man. And that's cool and dandy. You know, Cat never had no lift. Come on, man. This is a guy who shoots threes on his tippy toes. He doesn't jump. We know this. But at the end of the day, he's a big man out there by himself. Where's this twin tower lineups that we were supposed to have, bro? We have no other big man coming off that bench. Cat is out there by himself, bro. It's just a little, bro. To me personally, it just doesn't make sense. You know, but I'm not shifting the blame on nobody. I'm not taking no blame away from Cap because I see him looking at Cap like, yeah, Cap, you doing that thing. I'm an all-star too. Let me put the cape on. Only one man can wear the cape at a time, bro. Cap, you got to just sit back. You got to hit the OG. And when your shot's not going, throw a couple assists, make a couple defensive plays. You know, let Cap do what Cap does. You know, but shout out to Mikal. Shout out to Clarkson. He made a couple shots tonight. Crazy shots. Oh man, listen, when Clarkson goes off, all my KFTV members from the Philippines, I want y'all lined up. I don't want to hear nothing else. That's all I want. I want to hear everybody from the Philippines because he's gonna have his time. He's gonna go off. I'm a Clarkson believer, man.
Let's go.
But yeah, I just had to really get in there real quick, man, because y'all need to relax on all this. We good. We all know this, but you know, we also love overreaction. Shout out to KFTV. Shout out to the members. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to Manscaped. Shout out to all the sponsors, man. You know what time it is, man. Holla.
There we go, man. Rate that call in the chat. Rambo from Tampa. Rambo from Tampa, man. He came to Cat's rescue tonight. You know what I'm saying?
He said, slow down on the Cat slander.
Yeah.
He said the energy wasn't the same, man. He said people are quick to insult Cat or criticize his game, but they're not quick enough to give him his flowers. Which I see that. Also, at the same time, like if you're making 50 to 60 mil, I'm hoping that you can be consistent.
Right. Yeah. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for that. Okay. All right, man. Say Quizzy, man. Go ahead and close us out. Say Quizzy.
Yup, y'all can hear me?
Yeah. Yep.
Rough game, man. Like that second quarter was like beautiful with the ball movement. Shamit was like making his shots. I'm loving the way Bridges is playing this year. It's only 4 games, but him just tacking the rim. Just because last year we didn't see that enough. It was always a fadeaway. Even if he missed, like I think the first 2 layups he took was like a miss. I don't even care. Just take a layup. If they play good defense, then you do the little fadeaway. I love to see him playing like that though, but it just sucks. Brunson, another 30-point game just for L.
Yeah.
I hate to see it, but
30,
it is what it is.
36 for Cap.
But Cat got to play better. I don't know if he's injured. If you are injured, you might have, even if you play, just pass the ball around. Because he played like the Space Jam monsters took his powers away. Because I think it was like the 3rd or 4th quarter when we got the rebound, and I think it was like 7 seconds. He looked at the clock and just did a step back 3 from deep. I was like, and just hit all backboard. I was like, come on now. You got to do better than that. And then the worst part about it is Kuzma guarding you. You can't let Kuzma clamp you up. If it's Wemby, Draymond Green, I could understand they got better defense. But you let Kuzma back you down, and then you just throwing up bricks. Like, I think you just played it what Brown said. In the first half, he played good. He was driving, kicking. He'll get his little dunks in. He ain't take that many shots, but at least the ball was moving.
Yeah.
In that 3rd quarter, I feel like they was trying to get him in rhythm, but it was just doing worse because he was just forcing shots. And I thought they should have went to Bridges more because I thought his shots was falling in that 3rd, but we just kept giving it to Cat, or we just do a Josh Hart 3. And those are the 2 people I low-key ain't want shooting at that moment. I'd rather Bridges take 50 shots. If your shot's falling, just give it to Bridges at that moment. But it is what it is. Hopefully we can bounce back next game.
All right, there we go, man. Say Quizzy kind of dropped that at the end. He kind of dropped off the table at the end, so appreciate Say Quizzy for calling in. Here was Cat after the game on his play tonight. Here was Cat from the locker room. Here we go, Al.
Mike Brown has talked about how because of you and the positions that you have to play and learn, like you probably have the steepest learning curve or the toughest job. Has it been a tough adjustment?
I mean, just, I gotta do whatever is needed to win. And, first half I played how we needed me to play. And, the game, I felt switched up and I tried to get going just in case we needed me. And I just didn't make a shot. So I pressed a little bit too much today. I have more experience than to do that. But I didn't do what we needed to do to win tonight, and that's on me. And I take full responsibility on that. Accountability is something big in this locker room, and I always will do that.
Mike Brown has talked about how.
All right, Al. Took accountability, man. So that was Karl-Anthony Towns. Took accountability. How about Giannis, Al? Giannis met with the media after the game. Obviously, the trade talk was big. I mean, NBC was playing that up, man. They just were starving to talk about the trade, even though it's an off-season away. But here was Giannis on the trade rumors. Here he was with the media. Here we go.
Yeah, Giannis, there was going back to the ESPN report from earlier this month, part of it was that if you were traded, you'd prefer to go to the Knicks.
Who said that?
It was in ESPN reported that.
Yeah, I don't read that.
I was wondering if that is true, and if it is or it's not. Okay.
I don't remember that. Right now, I'm here representing my team, and that's it. We beat the Knicks. So doesn't matter what matters right now. We have a game in 2 days against Golden State. Try to stay locked in and get 2 in a row. But I didn't read that article. Try to stay away from all that rumors and I don't know how you call it, speculations and trade and all this. Doesn't concern me one bit. I try to involve myself and try to help my team win games.
Yeah,
all right. Did we get that audio there loud and clear, Al? Do we need to turn that up a little bit?
It needed to be turned up a little bit.
Okay, all right. Let me run that back. See, sometimes the SNY audio not all that good. That was Bondi that asked the question, though. All right, let's see how it is now. Here we go.
Yeah, now there was a.
Oh, I don't think what happened to my volume thing, man. Volume's not working. All right, this might be. I think my volume thing it might be glitched out. So I don't think I got it any louder.
Going back to an ESPN report from earlier this month.
Okay, it's not any louder. I mean, it's not. It wasn't anything riveting. He basically denied the ESPN report that said he preferred to trade to the Knicks, and then he said, just moving forward, we beat the Knicks. He said he didn't read the article. He tries to stay away from all the rumors. Well, he didn't deny it. He really did deny it.
Let me talk about something completely different.
He really did deny it, so there it goes. It's true. It's true. He did deny it. He just didn't get traded to the Knicks. He said, hey, if you're going to trade me to the Knicks. He said, all right, well, we're not going to trade you. That's how the lunch went. All right?
There you have it.
There you have it. That settles it. But, hey, so much for an audition tape, Al. Damn. Smoke this out, man.
Dude, he dropped 37 points. Got 8 boards. Man went 16 to 20. Man shot 73% from the field. 16 to 22.
Yeah. Well, hey, the good thing about the NBA, Al, is you get another shot, another crack at it, and the Knicks will get a little time off, a couple days, and get back to it on Friday against the Chicago Bulls. Still undefeated, Chicago Bulls?
Still undefeated Chicago Bulls.
Still undefeated Chicago Bulls. All right, so now they got to head up against a juggernaut for home and home against the Windy City Boys. But yeah, that's it. Moving on. No updates on Brunson. Maybe we'll see what's up tomorrow. Remember that these shows are available in audio podcast format. No reason to miss it. Salute to the replay gang. Salute to all of our loyal Fanchise channel members. And yeah, Al, any last parting words, man?
Get the bounce back against the Chicago Bulls on Friday. Let's make it count, man. It's an in-season tournament game.
In-season tournament.
So these things count.
Yeah, there you go, man. All right, great show, man. Let's get some sleep. Bounce back tomorrow. Salute to our friends over at Mando for sponsoring today's show. Go to shopmando.com. Use our code KFTV for 20% off the starter pack. And that's with Mando whole body deodorant. Go get it, fellas. Don't be out there smelling like a bag of onions, like a bag of armpits, man. You can take care of that.
Oof.
There's good quality products out there. No reason to be caught lacking. It's 2026. Let's get to it. 2025, 26 coming. All right? We out of here. Peace.